Firewall, we're here with your Sunday workout. If you consider this the beginning of the week, you're starting off with a great workout. If you consider Sundays the end of the week, a little unconventional, you're also ending the week with a great workout. So either way, you're gonna have a really fun time. So we're gonna start with some straight up core. We're gonna do 6 sets of the following. 30 seconds of Russian twists, 10-second rest. 30 seconds of ab bicycles, 10-second rest. 15 seconds of a right leg plank, right into 15 seconds of a left leg plank, and then you get a 40-second rest before you go into the next set. So if you add that all up, I believe it totals 2.5 minutes each round. Multiply that by 6. We are going to get 15 minutes of core work with those rests sprinkled in there. So for each of these movements, the Russian twist, what we're looking for, I'm gonna go a little diagonal for you all. I'm gonna get my heels just slightly off the ground, and the more I tuck my knees into my chest, the harder this is gonna be on my core. So I'm gonna move both hands to touch the ground here, and my eyes are gonna follow my hands. So my hands are going to the ground, my eyes are following, then my hands are gonna go to the ground on the other side, my eyes are following. So I'm gonna go back and forth, making sure both hands touch. If you wanna make it harder, try to get the palms of your hands to touch the ground. Okay, so that's gonna be our first 30 seconds of Russian twist, then we'll get a 10-second rest. After that, we are gonna sit back a little bit. So now we're on our lower to mid back. I'm gonna get my hands interlocked behind my head. I'm gonna bring my right elbow to my left knee while my right leg extends. Then I'm gonna alternate. You can try 2 different things out here. You can try either going really fast through these ab bicycles, or maybe try something else and get a little pause when your elbow's touching your knee. So we could be going fast like this, or you can go slow where you're actually pausing every time, really feeling that core working, holding for 1 to 2 seconds. So try either of those out, see which one you want to do. You got 6 sets of it, so you can alternate between going fast ab bicycles or maybe trying out the slower ab bicycles. After that, we're going into those single leg planks. So I'm gonna get my regular plank position where I'm on my elbows and my feet are together. And that first one says a right leg plank. So I'm gonna get my left leg up off the ground. I'm gonna fight to keep my hips squared with the floor. When your leg lifts, you're gonna feel your hips open up to counterbalance. You need to fight to keep your hips squared up like this. After 15 seconds there, we will switch feet, where same thing. I felt my hips opening up, so I have to squeeze my butt to make sure they stay squared up with the floor. So you have 15 seconds there. Again, focus on the hips, feel them open, and then close them while that foot stays in the air. That's gonna be our core work for the day, 6 times through that. Again, after your 15 back-to-back seconds of the single leg planks, you get that 40-second rest. So now we're going to our conditioning part for the day. It's gonna be an AMRAP 11. In the AMRAP 11, we got really 3 different movements. I know it kind of looks like 4, but it's really 3. We're gonna start with 22 sit-ups. Then we're gonna go into 11 right arm dumbbell snatches. Then we're gonna do 22 jumping lunges, stepping lunges if you need to, if you're not comfortable doing the jumping, controlling the knee to the ground. And then we're finishing each round with 11 left arm dumbbell snatches. We are looking to get about 4 to 5 rounds here. The stimulus of this workout is not to go hot out of the gate in the first 2 or 3 minutes and then crash and burn for the rest of it. We want to try to find a nice, smooth, and consistent pace where we're really only resting during the jumping lunges when our legs are just burning up so bad. The rest of the workout, we shouldn't really be resting between movements too much. We shouldn't be resting within the movements. The movements, for the most part, should be unbroken. Again, aside from the jumping lunges, maybe burning our legs, we do those in 2 or 3 sets if needed. So let's go through each one. The sit-ups. I know we all know and love sit-ups. You can do 2 options today. I'm gonna butterfly my feet for 1. I'm gonna reach back, touch the ground behind me. When I come up, I'm gonna grab my toes. One thing I want you to be aware of, try to keep that lower back glued on the floor. So again, when I go back, I'm not trying to lift my hips up like this to get momentum. I'm trying to keep them down, throw my arms up, grab my toes. The other option we can do, feet flat, knees are pointed up. I'm gonna do that same thing, reach back, keep my lower back down, and I'm bringing my shoulders right up to my knees. So you can do either of those options. I personally like to do the one with the feet flat and knees up more. The dumbbell snatches. We're gonna get this dumbbell between the feet, you can either do a regular muscle snatch or you can do a power snatch where you drop back under it. So regardless, I'm gonna start with the dumbbell pointing the same way as my feet. I'm gonna keep my chest up, sink my butt down so I keep my back flat. From here, I'm gonna squeeze my hips hard as I stand, keep my arms straight, drive my elbow up, and then finish with that strong press out. When I come back down, remember, it's all in one hand at a time. I'm gonna bring that dumbbell back to the floor, keep my chest up tall, find that contact, and then I'm gonna stand up strong again and squeeze it right on up. If you wanna try dropping under, we need those hips to pop first, and then we drop back under, catching a quarter squat, stand to finish the rep, then we can come back down to the floor. So those are your dumbbell snatches on both arms. The third movement we haven't gone over yet, the jumping lunges. This might be the most challenging part for some of you. If we're not able to do the jumping lunge, we can do a regular stepping lunge. So I'm gonna step on out, my back knee's gently gonna tap the ground, then I'm standing right up out of the bottom. Notice how I'm not smashing my knee in. If we're doing jumping lunges, we want the knees and the hips to fully open up at the top every single rep. So here's what it's gonna look like. So notice how my back knee is still gently touching the ground. I wasn't out of control where it's just smashing into the ground every single time. We want to avoid that at all costs. So again, 11 minutes, 22 sit-ups, 11 right arm dumbbell snatches, 22 jumping lunges, 11 left arm dumbbell snatches. You're looking to get 4 to 5 rounds in. Good luck with this. Remember, pace it out from the beginning. Good luck.